Hi, this is Jackie,
This is Diana.
and you're listening to Homebodies Only, where we welcome all bodies to listen to us as we break down and dissect HBO series. And this episode, we are talking about The Sex Lives of College Girls, Episode 4, Kappa.
Mm-hmm.
Kappa. We see them, they're in the suite. We see this beautiful blue envelope slide under the door. To me, it's like a Tiffany blue-ish.
Yes.
Leighton just looks at it, smiles, and tosses it to the side. And Bela's like, did you just look at this envelope for you and just toss it like you don't even care? She's like, you're so cool.
Totally expected.
Yeah, Leighton's like, I knew it was Kappa. And she said,
No big deal.
and she knew it was going to be Mykonos sky blue. She
Whatever
overheard
that is.
girls talking in her lit class. And then Whitney walks in holding also a blue envelope and says she got it last night. She said, I think it's more like the Sonic Hedgehog blue, which I looked up and no, it's not.
It's not.
That's too, like a darker blue. Totally
But that was great.
Yes. So Kimberly comes in and said, and she's like, wait, you got one too? You know, was surprised that Whitney got one. So then Kimberly says how bad sororities are and it causes girl-on-girl warfare. And she said she's abstaining from Greek life. And Bella's like, me too. She's like, did you get an invite? She's like, no. She's like, me neither. So they both look bummed. So then Whitney and Leighton are walking to the brunch, the Kappa brunch. And
I'm sorry, that outfit. I couldn't.
I know. So Whitney's wearing
Whitney's was
jeans.
great. I would wear that outfit.
Jeans and sneakers. I wouldn't wear sneakers probably, but she was wearing jeans and like
Yes.
cute
Super cool
jacket
trench
or whatever.
thing.
I think she had a hat. She shows her belly a lot. I
Yeah.
noticed. And basically, Leighton's like, "What are you wearing?" You know, and she's like, "What's wrong with this?" You know, they said casual. She's like, "Yeah, that's for grocery shopping." You know, and she's like, "You could always run home and change or something." And
Yeah.
she tells Leighton that she looks like the perfume lady at Bloomingdale's.
She really did. I'm sorry.
She's like, that was the meanest thing you've ever said to me.
She had like
You
the
could say to
matching
me.
shell.
Oh my God. It was like a one piece, but it could, like one piece attached where it could have been a
It
sweater.
looked like it was tucked in, but it looked like the matching
looked like
shell
yes.
when you would go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure it was
There
expensive.
was like a bird on the sweater. I didn't.
Oh my God. It was bad. Yeah. She dresses like,
But when
an
she
old
gets
lady,
there,
I
that's like the style. That's like what these girls.
yeah, they were a little more, well, they were, I don't know. I didn't really like anything. Anybody was, a lot of florals going
A lot
on,
of
I think.
florals, a lot of tweed,
Yeah. So
a lot of pearls.
Whitney's like, the invite said casual. And then they walk in and they see what Kappa meant by casual. I mean, they're dressed like a garden tea party type. Like, that's what I thought of. Like,
almost like a bridal brunch,
yeah, that's what it looked
something
like.
like that.
Yeah. And Whitney goes, this is some get out, SHIT. And I was trying to Google get out, that, but I just assumed that means they're dressed up. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what that means, but so then we
Or
go
get me out of here.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
So, I know, oh my God.
Give me the champagne and peace.
Yeah. So next, Bela and Kimberly are in the suite watching something. But I just want to point out Bella's sweatshirt. It was red. It was had
I'm
shoulder
sorry.
pads,
That
and
was
then
like
it had fringe.
Rhythm Nation. That's
Rhythm
the
Nation, like Michael
I
Jackson.
wrote that
was
in
thinking,
my notes. I'm like, all right, so you're either channeling like the Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation
Or
video
Thriller.
or
a little combo.
Thriller or Bad Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. Bad. Yeah,
Oh
Michael
yeah,
Jackson,
maybe more bad.
One of them.
Yeah,
but-
you know,
oh my
she's the
gosh.
quirky. She's the quirky character. That she dresses
just going
quirky
out.
with colors, and I was just like, okay. So they're watching this. It looks like a sitcom, kind
Yeah.
of, and
like a skit.
yeah, and this guy clearly, first of all, is wearing a wig and looks old, but like he's trying to look young, and he's like goes up to the teachers. They're in a classroom, and he's like, "Chugga chugga, chill out." And Kimberly just dies laughing. She's like, "Isn't he great?" Bella's like, "Isn't he great?" She's like, "Yes, oh my God, that's funny." And she's like, "No, he's making fun of these catchphrases are so lame." So she's like, "Who the heck would say chugga chugga, chill out?" Kimberly laughs again.
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic.
It
his
reminded
name
me
is-
of was it like, remember that show Head of the Class? That was like
Yeah.
the vibe of like that.
Yes,
that like
that's skit. Yeah, totally. my God, I forgot about that show.
That's jam.
The guy's name is Danny Marowitz. And
Whoever that
he's
is.
a comedian. Yeah, made up, whatever. He's going to be at this fancy Catullan alumni dinner tonight. And she really wants to chat him up and see if he'll be her mentor. And then she invites Kimberly as her plus one.
Super
And
cute.
so, yeah, Kimberly's like, oh, so it's fancy. It's pantyhose fancy? And she's like, no, nothing's pantyhose. So this is funny. I love pantyhose, I have to admit.
No.
Back in the day when I worked at Morgan Stanley and we first started, we had to wear suits every day, everyday suits. If I wore a skirt suit, I had to wear pantyhose. You're not wearing bare legs.
Right.
So I come from a little bit of the pantyhose generation. And
Yeah.
my mom, is from that. And I just was raised with the pantyhose. I mean, wearing
I can
pantyhose.
get into the tights, but I remember the pantyhose. But
Yeah.
I remember when you'd go to like a wedding and then like your aunt
No, I wore pantyhose for a long
Geraldine would
time.
come with the pantyhose with the open toe shoe, and she'd have the
that's
reinforced
bad.
toe.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. But I kind of wore pantyhose for a while. Like when it was really starting to like, even if it was freaking 10 below, like, and it's winter, you're wearing a dress, you do not
Control
wear pantyhose.
top,
and I was
man.
like, I don't understand this. Okay, I got
Get
off
them
black.
at the grocery store.
Yeah, I had legs.
It was the
Anyway,
best.
I
And
was
the little
reminiscing.
like plastic like can thing, or almost like what you'd get out of like the quarter machine, but they put the pantyhose in them.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah. From the
I remember like
from the
being,
gumball
like, when I
gumball machine, but
yes,
prizes.
and I remember first starting in like, you know, in as a school psychologist in a previous district, and I dressed up a lot.
Yeah.
So I would wear knee highs. Remember
Knee highs.
like because I
Yes.
would wear like trousers, right?
Yep.
Oh, anyway,
I
knee
know.
highs,
I know.
and they would
Back-
come in those little bubble gum things.
Yes.
So
I know.
old.
I like the way
Wonder
they
if people
feel,
still do
and I'm
that.
always freezing. So, and for years, not gonna lie, I would wear. Well, no, it was tights. I would cut off the feet on tights and wear them underneath clothes because it's freezing. Anyway, I digress. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
So she says, I don't have anything. I have one dress. Bella's like, I'm sure it's fine. Is it black? And then, of course, I mean, this was a little over the top. Kimberly comes to the doorway. It is like Little House on the
Little House on
Prairie.
the I was going
Up
to say
to
the
the
same
neck.
thing.
Horrible.
great.
Like
They look like-
pattern. And she's like, it's mustard. Because there's like mustard diamond.
I love mustard,
sort of
but not
shapes.
that.
Oh, no, that was bad. So,
Although if you looked at the fashion from this fall, like Target was like vibing.
oh, God, yeah. I don't know what was going on. Yeah. But I don't think you'd wear it to this type of thing.
No, God, no.
Yeah. So, yeah. So then Bella says they're going to go shopping. Next scene, Leighton and Whitney are at the Kappa brunch. So Whitney says, not Whitney. Leighton, why did I say that? Leighton looks over and she says, do you see that blonde over there? And Whitney's like, there's 15 blondes. She's like,
Yeah.
no, they're more like blonde.
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 I like that.
Brown hair, blonde. I know, it's great. And she says, she points out Quinn Canaan, who's wearing a green tweed suit. Boom. So tweed. But no, I don't think
So
there was
much
many others wearing tweed. I really think because I really tried to look around and I froze it and she really stood out and very similar to the clothes that Leighton wears.
Yes.
And yeah. And she says basically,
And that's who she
she's
wants to be.
she
so
wants
obviously,
to be her. Yes. And they
Makes
both have
sense.
blonde hair, part in the middle, all that. And she's the president of Kappa, aka the president of like Essex social scene. That's what she thinks. She leaves Whitney to go mingle and she's like, she didn't really want to be. She's like, will you be okay alone? She's like, I don't think so. And she goes, just text me because I've done extensive research on all the girls.
Yeah.
You know, she goes, and if anything, you know, just
Celery
mention
juice.
celery juice or says something about celery juice. So then she goes over to one of the girls and she's like, you're so-and-so. Like she knows who she is. And the girl's like, oh, you're Nico's sister. And she said, yeah. And she's like, how are you liking school? She's like, well, I'm balancing curriculum activity. You know, just sounded like this resume answer basically or interview. So that's what the girl says. I don't know what the girl's name is. I didn't put it down, but she's like, am I on an interview? You know, or you sound
Yeah.
like you're on an interview. She's like, did you rehearse this? She's like, no, I didn't. Like, you know, she did.
Of course not.
It's great. And then we see Whitney and she meets a girl named Ashley. And she's like, wait, I just met an Ashley. She's like, no, but mine is spelled. And I don't remember the first ones, but
There's L and I and E. There's double
there's
E.
EY, there's EIGH, but this is when she just meets two of them. Then we go to, I didn't write all this down what Leighton does, but Leighton's like starts talking to another girl. She's like, you were, and I was so confused. She was like, you were third Choda. Oh, she was a girl, I think. I don't know. She knew about her. And she's like, you're the one of three. She said some name.
Oh, it was like on the website. And she's like, did you stalk me?
I know. She's like, stalk her much? And she's like, it's on the website. It's public knowledge. And then she's watching a video of these girls doing the Kappa cheer. And she's like, wouldn't it be awesome? She's like, I love hashtag Kappa. And she's like, wouldn't it be great if right now, right here, we did one of these? And, the girl's just like, and she walks away and she walks over to the crowd around Whitney. They're all like, I love your sneakers. And they're really into her with the varsity sports. And they want to put her on the chain or the phone chain or something.
For the Kappa memes or something.
Yeah. And she says, she's like, well, I have to go. I have to go to an away game. And she's like, I'll see you all on Selling Sunset. And they're like, hi. Which I know is like a real estate show, right? Right? Isn't that an LA real estate reality show or something?
Well, yeah.
I've never watched it.
If you look at the house, I mean, sorority life there is like, when they go inside, Leighton goes in with what's her name?
Yeah.
And they're in the kitchen.
We're not up to that part yet.
Okay. But
Just wait.
I was like, seriously? Like your sorority house is nicer than my own house.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Of course it is.
It was like interior design.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so now we get to the shopping scene. This is big because we see the outside of the store. It says Gaia's Boutique.
Yep.
But actually,
fun fact,
it's not. It's called Elizabeth Boutique, and it is in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Yep, right near Vassar College. Actually, when I went to the EB Boutique.
Is that what she calls it, actually? EB Boutique?
for short. Okay. But yeah, Elizabeth Boutique. And when I went there, I parked right on not in the camp, like in the campus parking lot, but there's she has parking spots where you're like looking at the campus, and literally her store is on the corner there, right by you could walk there from the campus.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I saw one of her posts.
It's technically, is that Arlington, technically?
Oh, the town?
But it is Poughkeepsie.
Yeah,
but
that might be.
I think it's kind of like Arlington-ish.
Yeah. I saw one of her posts, too. She had like a street sign on the building, and it said College View.
Yes.
Something like that.
That's her address.
I have to plug in my charger to my laptop, so you can take over for a sec.
Yes, indeed. Well, charging. Gotta get that juice in there. But I have been to the boutique. I recognized the outside, and I follow her on social media, so I knew that they were going to be doing these shots. But when the girls were inside the boutique, I don't think it's her boutique, because there was two doors, and I don't remember that about it. I don't.
Also, people were walking street level in the back behind the windows. I was paying attention to that, and from the shot of the front of the store, you go up steps to get to the door.
You go upstairs, and
so there's no way people are walking by. But that's interesting that they couldn't film
I'm very
inside
curious
the
to know
store.
that when they were doing the shots, how that came about, because we knew that they were shooting aerials and stuff of Vassar, and so they used her boutique, which is great.
Yeah.
But
maybe they actually didn't film because they film in LA. I don't know. We'll have to find out. We're hoping to find out.
Yes.
And it's going to be a bonus episode, and we're going to interview. She goes by Beth. So stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Okay. So they're at the store, and the first thing Kimberly picks up is this very sequined, like a beige, pinkish dress. And she's like, this is really very Shania Twain. Bella's like, no. So Bela picks up this black dress. It does look pretty nice. Almost like maybe it comes like a halter. Not sure. And Kimberly looks at the price. She's like, it's too expensive. I thought Bela was going to offer to buy it for her for some reason, but she didn't. Instead, she's like, you leave the tags on and you return it tomorrow.
Yeah, no big deal.
Okay, that made me so nervous, of course. I was like, no, I've never done that. I've had friends that did do that.
That's so gross. Sorry.
But when you're going to do that you're going to pour something all over. You're going to spill something all over you.
Oh, yeah.
So then
I feel like maybe we had like in college, like college me might have done
that.
I don't, or one of my roommates.
We had semi-formals and formals because I was an authority.
Oh, my.
But I think we would borrow each other's dresses once in a while. I remember I was invited to one.
And I went out and I think I bought, because like back then, like you got your cocktail dresses from Express.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they were like timeless, man.
Yeah.
A little stretch in them, little glitter. Anyway. But okay. Yeah.
So
I never returned a dress.
No.
Now they now they put a tag on that. That's like outside. Do you notice that when you go buy dresses places?
Tag on the outside.
So I've noticed in a lot of stores now, they'll have like the price tag on the in the back, of the tag.
Oh, but then it'll be on the outside
in the seam. It'll say like, this must be attached.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Because I have seen that.
Dress. Okay, there we go.
Fun fact.
We're all about fun facts on this show. So now we see Whitney going to the bus, and Coach grabs her. They're in this little nook or whatever, and he starts kissing her. They're like behind a tree or a bush. I don't know. They're both wearing the same exact gray material, like exactly, like because I froze it, and I thought that was interesting. Sometimes
and it wasn't that it was like a uniform thing, right?
No, she had on like a jackety, flowy.
Yeah. Oh, she still had her outfit on.
She still had her outfit on from the brunch, and then he had on a t-shirt, but it looked like exactly the same material. And I think I talked about this before. When people match in shows, it's usually on purpose. I would assume that was on purpose. I mean, I'm sure everything's thought out. So he also had a sweaty back. Like I don't think that was on purpose. Just so you know. Like maybe they were filming it was very hot. Like sprinkles of sweat on his back. Which was because
she was wearing like a long sleeve thing, and she didn't look hot.
She was. Yeah, I know, but
random.
They have to address the part and that, whatever. Anyway. Technicalities. Okay. What else? Oh, yeah, I had the sweat on your back. Oh, yeah, then they're kissing, and then she's like, bro, hide your boner. And he's like, give me your bag. And she's like, tuck in your... Like, she knew exactly what to do. She was like, tuck it behind... I was like, whatever. Yeah.
In your belt or something.
Yeah, tuck it behind your belt. I was like, what? I don't know. So he's like, all right. Like, run into the bus. They're going to get on the bus.
Sticking his hand down his pants.
Yeah. Oh, she was also very excited about the hotel. He's like, this hotel is gross. But she's like, I love hotels. Then Quinn sees Leighton is about to leave, and Quinn says, you're not about to leave, and I haven't even gotten to talk to you. And she's like, I'm just not vibing with the other girls. She's like, yeah, I could see that. She's like, everyone is equally obsessed with Kappa. They just hide it better. So then they're in the kitchen, the beautiful kitchen.
Gorgeous.
Yes. And she mentions, Leighton tells her about being a math major. She's like, I know it's lame. She's like, no, if I have to hear one more marketing major. She's like, oh. So then she says, do you know Corey and Theta or whatever? She's like, yeah, casual. He gave Nico COVID. And then she says, well, my boyfriend said he has a huge crush on you. And she's like, what do you think? She's like, oh, yeah. Like, says she's interested. So she's like, I'll text my boyfriend and tell him that, you like him or you're into him or something like that. Yeah. And you can tell that Leighton's like, great. Like, makes his face like, yay. Great. Yeah.
Awkward.
Yeah. So then they're on the bus, and it's cool because there's this cool music on, and it's actually what Whitney's listening to on the headphones. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, you can hear it, and then you think it's just like kind of with the show, and then the friend Willow comes and sits with her and taps her, and when she takes off the headphones, we stop hearing the music. So nice little touch there. So Willow says, you better have some crackers because team's going out hard tonight. And she's like, well, we have a game. She's like, no, the other team is terrible. Don't worry about it. It's the best team bonding. So then I think Coach maybe kind of hears it. I'm not sure, because he stands up and he's like, you can't sneak out. And they're basically sexually harassing him. They're like, okay, daddy, how'd you get so fine? And he's like, I know I'm not your sexy daddy, okay? I'm like, nobody said sexy. No. So I thought that was kind of weird that he threw that in there.
He's like really getting corny. Sorry.
He's corny, yeah.
It's like so corny.
Just over him. Okay. So we're at the Catullan alumni event.
Oh, I wanted to be there.
I
It
know.
looked like so much fun.
I know. And
I want to get fancy.
I know. And they're walking up to it, and there's a balloon arch on the outside. There was one on the inside, too, by the way. I noticed. And Kimberly's like, oh, my God, I always wanted to be near I don't know, get a picture with a balloon arch.
With a balloon arch?
Yeah. It's basically reminds me of the proms. I don't know if they have balloon arches during your time.
I hope the show takes us back to Kimberly's, like, house. Oh, like, I want to go see where she grew up.
Me too.
That would be great.
I know. I don't know if it will this season.
I don't know.
Whatever. So, but I don't know. The balloon arch
because you go home for breaks, right? Like your holiday break. Wouldn't that be hysterical?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
That would be great.
I know that's not the basis
of
the show, but I would love it.
Well, it's part of college. Anyway.
Yeah.
The balloon arches remind me of the proms in the 80s and the 90s. So I don't know if you had balloon arches in your proms.
There was a lot of balloon arches. I remember my sister's wedding had some balloon decor as well. She was married in like 98 or something. So it was like,
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Something with the balloons. So
they're making a comeback, though.
Well, clearly, if
like,
it's on the show.
Time.
Yeah. Awesome. So Kimberly asks her to take a picture of her, and she takes her.
Yeah.
Really, she's like, you look so hot.
She looks really so good. Cute in her dress.
She does. She looks great.
Love her.
Then they get in there, and I just want to point out Bella's dress is mustard. Did you notice that?
I wrote that in my notes.
Okay,
I was like, okay, how dare you with the mustard?
But like, was that on purpose? Like, hers was mustard.
I mean, hers was obviously a little bit dressier, but
yeah,
it was mustard.
It was mustard,
and I wrote that in my notes.
So that's kind of weird.
Okay.
Ryan, now we find out the names. Ryan is the nice editor, which for some reason I keep wanting to make the annoying editor Ryan. I don't know why. And Eric is the mean one. Bela points this out to Kimberly. Helps us all out here, too. So Bela wants to talk to Danny Marowitz. She goes over to him. She's like, I'm going to make love to his ego. So that's funny. And she does make him laugh. He's looking, she's like, hi. And he's looking at pictures of himself. And he's like, oh, man, I wish I had that, hairline. And she's like, oh, I have so much hair. When I wax my arms, it looks like I have a wig, Elvis wig. And he's like, oh, what's your name? I guess he thinks that's funny. And she tells him, and he's like, well, good luck or something like that. And she's like, oh, my God. So then Kimberly takes something. She eats something off of like a serving plate. And then she sees Canaan and Leela standing there. They are servers at the party.
Canaan.
Yeah, Canaan. And she's like, hi, like waving to them. They're like, oh my God. Like you could tell them they're like, wait,
I can't believe
we're
you're
serving
here.
At a party you're attending. She's like, well, I'm not really supposed to be here. I'm a plus one. And
she's
then
so, modest.
Yeah.
Humble.
Yeah. And so then Leela, she's like, oh, well, that looks good. And she's like, Leela's like, would you like some coconut shrimp? She says it like shrimp, though. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. And then she's like, nope, I'm fine, because she feels weird. And then she has her toothpick or whatever thing that she got the other food with. And Canaan's like, do you want to put it on my trash tray? Like they're both talking.
Yes,
very robotic.
So awkward.
Yeah. Oh, and then the part about Danny Marowitz comes up. Sorry, I went out of order a little bit, but anyway, got that. All right, we're at the Women's Center. And
the Women's Center.
Leighton is sitting in this beautiful white chair. And Alicia walks in. She's like, Leighton, she's like, did you buy that? Did you buy a chair? She's like, yeah, I did. I'm not going to sit on like this old, if I'm going to be here for 100 hours. And she's like, before you get on my DICK, she's like, I restocked the tampons in the bathroom and I restocked the tampons in the couch room. I was like, what? I don't know. There's like
that
plethora of tampons.
Got to have all the goods, I guess.
Yes. And then she's
sanitary products.
It's a women's center.
And all, yeah.
And she says, I even gave out a pamphlet on the prison industrial complex to a woman. I don't know what that means. Okay. So then Alicia says, hey, if you need more hours, could really use your help on this panel on the ABCs of the LGBTs. And she's like, you'll hate it. And Leighton's like, I can't. I have a thing. And she's like, a date? She's like, yeah. And Alicia says, oh my gosh, it's going to be fun. Like, let me figure this guy out. Or, his name is, what did she say?
Is this Carter? No,
she's going out with Corey.
Corey.
But Alicia uses a name like Garrett or something. I don't know. She says some name. She's like, and he, obviously describes Corey kind of. And Leighton's like, yeah, except he also likes to belittle waiters or something like that. And then when she goes to leave, Alicia says, take condoms. She's like, oh, I don't hook up on the first date. Last words that she says. Yeah. All right. Then we have Kimberly go over to Canaan, to the bar where Canaan's bartending, and she's like, can I get a Sprite? And he's like, okay. So he's giving her the Sprite, and she's starting to like take out her tips. He's like, what are you doing? She's like, that's not enough. And he's like, what's wrong with you? And she's like, he goes, believe me, nobody tips here anyway. Like, don't worry about it. And she's like, oh, just listen to this. So she goes, man, you make a mean martini and you're on full scholarship. I'm giving you a 20. And he's like, I can see you're trying to help, but that's not really going to do anything. Then 2 seconds later, guy walks up. He's like, I'll have a martini. And he throws a 20 in the glass. So then we go back to Leighton walking with Corey, and she's babbling on about Kappa and Theta. And then he's like, She's like, oh, am I boring you? And he's like, I just like, don't think you're that into me, basically. He's like, you flirt with me, then I call you, you ghost me, you're hot and cold, and this and that and this and that. And she's like, oh, well, I've only been to school for a month. And, she gets mad and she says, you expect me to be dry humping you or something?
Oh, so
I don't know, something like that. I know. And he's like, whoa. And she's like, I'm sorry. And she's like, I really like you. And he's like, but do you? And then she just kisses him because she obviously thinks she needs to do this,
I feel like this is coming from I got to do this to prove I'm a Kappa and like fit in and distract everybody so that they don't catch on to me, sort of a thing.
Sad. And so she says, basically, like, let's go to your room, or you want to go to your room or something. So they walk away. Then we're back at the alumni dinner, and Bela talks to some guy, like, I don't remember what she says to him, and then she comes over to Kimberly. She's like, I'm networking my hot ASS off. And then Danny gets up on the mic to talk. He says, like, Catullan.
Punch him in the face.
Yeah, well, he's like, Catullan is great. It's the best. It was 20 years ago. Now I'm just trying to get back to that 20 years ago. And then he says, and he makes a joke at that joke, and Bella's like, like laughs really loud, and in his eyesight and everything. Yeah. And then he's like, like, and he talks about the future of comedy, and he says, like this young woman, he says, I'm glad to see, some female writers, but he was like, you'll be working with these other guys, these writers with their semi-funny girlfriends, through nepotism, they'll be on. I was like, oh my God. And then he says that Bela, he points her out and says she's the future of comedy. And she, like, at first is like, oh, smiling. He's like, yeah, she'll be the only one who'll be able to sell a comedy show, a young Indian woman. And she'll have a show about a quirky ethnic woman trying to balance her love life and career. Like, totally terrible what he says.
And it makes sense, like, given who one of the writers are.
I know, right?
I could,
Mindy Kaling. Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, I haven't given Justin Noble enough credit because apparently they co-created the show together. So I don't want to, I'm sure he's listening, and he's been very hurt that we haven't said that.
Listen, shout out. Equally
just
impressed.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
We should probably be writers on this show, too.
I know. Totally could do it.
We could, like,
wardrobe.
Totally.
I'd be into the wardrobe part, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less Rhythm Nation, more... Actually, I'm digging the Rhythm Nation outfit.
It's,
not so
Bella
much the
also,
garden
like,
party.
Like, she had the mustard dress on, Bella.
She's out of nowhere.
Party, and then she had this, like, cutesy little purse. Again, it looked like something from the 60s flower child.
But Kimberly, man... When she gets dressed up.
Oh, she dresses up.
She's like knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, she is.
Her purse was adorable.
I didn't see the purse.
It was like a studded or like black. I noticed it. And I was like, the second time I watched the episode to write notes, and
darn.
I was like, oh, I want to borrow your dress, your whole look.
How did I miss the purse? Usually I pay attention to that. I know.
Love it at the barrette. I love a good barrette.
Barrette. Okay. We are back. Now we're with the soccer team in the hotel room, and they are drinking all over the place. Now, meanwhile, at first I'm like, what are they drinking out of? They had drinking backpacks. They had the tubes going to their mouths.
I've seen these online. Yeah.
I'm sure you have. I knew you would have.
Yeah, somebody like tagged my sister or me in a post one time about like, I mean, runners have those sometimes, and my sister's a runner, but I think it was like
it's supposed to be water
backpack.
Oh, but yeah, but I'm saying like the runners use. I don't know,
like
but I was
memes almost like you get tagged and you're like, is that real? And they're like, I guess so. I guess it's like a real thing.
Yeah, I was digging it. So they're going to they're going to go out to a miniature golf course that is right next to a McDonald's. I mean, it's just perfect. So they're on the golf course. They're playing golf with their feet. They're hitting off each other's butts, you know, and they're having they're sipping out of those backpacks. I mean, it looked like a lot of fun. I would have gone there too. Totally.
I'd have been down with that.
Oh yeah. So Willow is humping a dinosaur and wants a picture of it. So
why not?
She's like, this is going to go on my dating profile or something. And Whitney's taking the pictures. She's like, yeah, that's great. And then she's showing her the pictures. And so she's swiping through the phone and whoops, swiped back one too many. And she got the shirtless pic of Dalton. Bella would have liked that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so Willow's like, what? I don't remember if that's when she says, basically, are you sleeping with him? I don't know if she says it there, but Whitney just...
But they do talk about it.
They do, and not yet, though.
Yeah.
So, but Whitney does make a really good, like, holy crap face. Like, she did a great job with that. Then we're back to the alumni dinner, and Danny walks by, and he's like, thanks for being a good sport to Bella. He's like, it's all in good fun. Then he walks away, starts to walk away, and she's like, you're an a-hole. I used to look up to you. No wonder you haven't worked in 10 years. You're not even funny anymore. And
loved that.
Yeah, it was
I was
great.
clapping.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was a great scene.
You go, Bella. So then he looks at, mostly the mean editor, Eric, and he's like, and now you can forget my donation. Right. And she's like, yeah, you don't need his money, right? And they all look like, yeah, we do. You know, like, holy crap. So then we go back to Willow and Whitney on the golf course, and Willow starts questioning her, and she's like, wait, is the sex good? And how long has this been going on? And she's like, answer the sex question first. But Willow's like, Whitney says she thinks she like loves him, and she tells Willow she can't tell anyone, and Willow's like, I can keep secrets. Last spring, Jenna ran over a dog, and she's like, you just gave a secret. So then, Jenna overhears something one of them says that clearly it's important or whatever. And so Jenna's like, what are you talking about? And Willow's like, mind your business, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing or something. And then they walk away, and Jenna's like, well, they're definitely effing. So she thinks they're sleeping together. Oh, wow, we're getting toward the end here. I'm looking at the... Okay. So next, we're back at the alumni thing, and Eric says that she overreacted. Oh, because she was like saying he's sexist or something. And he's like, you overreacted. He's not sexist. He only hires female assistants. Like, duh, dude. And then...
Jackwagon.
Yeah. And then Evangeline says, no, Bella's right. She told him her name, and he said he's just going to call her Ali Wong. He's sexist, racist, like
turd.
Just a jerk. And so she's glad Bella said something to him, and you know, obviously Bella still feels really badly, and she's like, she wants to go, and they're going to go, and then this other Catullan alum comes over to her, and he's like, you know, oh, the roast master herself. She's like, I'm not in the mood, and he's like, look, he made my life a living hell when we were together on the Catullan, and his biggest joke, he was call me gay, and he's like, and I am gay. So that was, you know, that was the joke. That was the joke or whatever. He's like, I have never seen, he made living hell for everybody. He said he's never seen anyone go back at him until tonight. And he's like, I'd be happy to match whatever donation, whatever it was. And Eric's like, he said he was going to give 20 grand. He's like, I'd be happy to match half of whatever the donation. Yeah. So 10 grand, still not the shabby.
Hey, listen.
Yeah. Then we see Canaan and Leela go up to Kimberly. Am I saying it wrong? I keep saying Canaan.
It's Canaan. You saying Keenan?
Canaan. K.
Oh, maybe
Canaan.
I'm hearing.
I keep saying Canaan.
Listen, I got it. I got the new headset.
You're the one with the weird Buffalo accent, okay?
I was thinking of
Canaan. I keep picturing it every time I say it, too. Canaan.
Maybe you are.
C.A. Canaan.
Remember Keenan?
Keenan Ivory Wayans? Keenan Ivory Wayans? Keenan Thompson? Yeah, there's some Keenans.
More like Nickelodeon, like Keenan and Kel, and then Keenan
I'm
Thompson
talking about
from
Mad TV.
SNL.
Mad TV. Keenan, isn't it Keenan Ivory Wayans?
No. Oh, yeah. Didn't he have a show, too?
Probably. Keenan.
I feel like
Keenan P.
Yeah, the Wayans brothers. Oh, yeah, okay. Different show.
No, Keenan P. Wait. Wow. All right, we're not talking. I'm not an expert on this at all. And I'm not even going to try to pretend I can. Anyway, Canaan gives Kimberly. He says, "We want to give you back. We want to give you back your fake tips. Plus, there's a little." Her cut of the other tips. It's not a lot. And Leela's like, someone protested, but, I basically, but then changed her mind. He's like, no. It was the opposite. And she's like, can't prove it. Something like that. It was very funny. I love Leela. I love them both. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she says, Leela says that Canaan was reluctant. Canaan. It was funny. Whitney doesn't want to take it or whatever. So they're just like, just take it. And then the coat guy.
The coat guy was good.
The coat closet guy is like, what about? She's like, you do not tip. The help doesn't tip the help. So didn't tip him. So Whitney's in the room with Willow, and Willow's obviously very drunk, and Whitney is like taking her shoes off for her and helping her. She's like, please don't tell. And she's like, look, I can keep a secret. I was closeted for how long? And then she's like, just go and just don't wake me up when you come back. So I thought this was interesting. So Whitney walks out to the hallway and goes to the ice machine. And she rubs the ice under her eyes. And I'm like, I don't know about this tip.
Is this a tip?
Is this a tip?
Did you look it up?
No, I better Google it.
I mean, I use an eye cream, but I didn't know about the ice, and
I was thinking she's probably doing that because she felt puffy and she's going to see him. I'm sure it's very temporary, but it must help with, or maybe it made her look more. I don't know.
I need to know this.
All right,
but I have seen, like, I remember my sister having like an eye gel.
Oh, and it would be
ice
cool.
pack for puffiness. So maybe it is like a thing, like the ice.
But I mean, I don't know if it magically. I mean, the girl is what,
18 years old.
She's supposed to be 18, but she's like 29. But whatever, or whatever she is. But I mean, she has perfect skin and she looked fine. But maybe it works. Wait, does rubbing ice cubes under eyes help with puffiness?
Ask Siri. I love it.
Cold compress can help in reducing the swelling and shrink dilated blood vessels. Yeah,
it makes sense. Like, I know, like, if I'm having an allergy issue, I put like a cold washcloth over my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, we're not.
But the ice cube.
We're not morons. We know that ice. We know that the cold helps with puffiness.
But
it was very like. She looked at herself in the reflection.
It was like she was putting concealer.
Yeah,
on,
it was great. It was a great scene. She could see her reflection in the ice machine. It was great. So she goes in there and where are we? Oh my goodness. Goes into his room. He's like, I get to wake up next to you. Yeah. Anyway.
Gross.
Yeah. So then we see Kimberly in her room. And she's folding the dress up very carefully to put it in the bag. And then she gets the notification from Instagram. Comment from Nico.
Boom.
And it says, that dress though. And it has the wide eye like, whoa. And so she's like, by the way, he's Nico _Murray 212. Now 212 is the area code in Manhattan, or at least.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like,
that's where they're from.
Yeah. Sorry.
We should follow him on social media.
I think I do. Or
do you follow him on Instagram?
I've tagged him. I don't know if I followed him or not. I've tried to follow most of the cast.
Is he like 46 years old playing an 20-year-old too?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to look into.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's hard. It's hard when you have a full-time job and you're trying to do this job.
I know.
And to get it all, I guess we got to quit. So we could just do this and do a lot of research. Anywho, where are we here? So she takes the tag off the dress. She's smiling. She pops it off.
Oh, he's only 27.
Okay.
Gavin Leatherwood. He's from Maui?
He looks...
That's bananas.
I hate to say that, but...
He's from...
Yeah.
He's
He kind of
Hawaiian.
looks
He's
Hawaiian. I mean,
Maui.
I hope I'm not stereotyping,
yeah.
but he does look Hawaiian to me.
But
I don't know how they have him with Leighton and whatever.
He was born in Hawaii.
Cool.
Yeah. Fun fact.
All right. So now
I'll have to follow him. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I know I tagged him and apparently I didn't look at it, but
okay.
Not yet. He didn't look at it yet.
It's like
maybe he looked at it, but he was like, I can't like it right away. You know,
he's got a check mark, so he's like,
relevant. That's the legit one.
3.6 million followers.
Okay, whatever. That's not a big deal.
He's got to be another. I'm gonna do a little research. Anyway, You were saying?
All right. Next scene, last scene of this episode, Leighton's walk of shame. I really like how realistic they make the walk of shame. Like she looks like she's doing the walk of shame. That is
the walk of shame.
Her hair's a mess. Yeah. She's kind of like a little bit sloppy looking and obviously no makeup on. And she sees Alicia, and you could tell she smiles when she sees Alicia, and Alicia's just like, oh, I knew it. And Leighton she starts to like tuck in her shirt and almost cover herself. You could tell she's embarrassed.
Yeah.
And doesn't feel so great about herself. So.
I know. Boom.
Good stuff.
I did watch ahead.
So did I. We both watched 5 and 6.
I watched 5 and 6 already. Okay.
Yeah. And we're dying. I'm dying to talk about it, but we will not.
Did they release 7?
Oh yeah, they're all done.
They're all done.
They released 6, 7, 8 last Thursday.
Okay, so it is only 8 episodes.
Yes.
Right? All right, so we're halfway there.
Yeah. Yes,
but I watched 6, so 7 and 8. Okay,
we just watched 7 and 8. I know, and
we better get moving on the podcast.
We got to get moving because
people want to know.
And Just Like That is coming. The Sex and the City reboot.
I know, and I can't wait to talk about that too.
I can't wait to talk about
obviously,
that. Okay, I'll just tell you that. I mean, I don't know about people listening. They're going to release the first and second one on December 9th. Then they're just going to go weekly with one. So thankfully, we'll be able to catch up.
Yeah.
I wish we could do it more timely, but we just can't.
Well, we'll try to get to 5 and 6 as soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
This one. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to take a sick day or something. Just kidding.
No.
Just joking.
I'm sure we'll have a snow day at some point. Again.
I'm hoping for a snow day. Yes,
Wednesday.
we had the day off the day after our last recording. Those crazy winds. Apparently there were power outages in our school district. So we had a non-snow day.
Listen,
and I had power, so I hate to say I was fine.
Yeah.
It was a great catch-up day.
I don't live in the district, but
I live in the district. But
I was able to catch up on some shows. So
Me too. Good. Yeah. All right.
Hey, listen, give us a shout. You could follow us on Instagram.
HomeBodiesOnly podcast.
Come on.
Please follow us. I'll follow you back.
Come on.
And you can email us. HomeBodiesOnly@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Love to hear your reviews.
Bye.
Bye-bye.